Welcome everyone to Cooking with Laura. I thought that was a pretty cool name. Anyways, today I want to share with you my favorite turkey recipe, and it really, people rave about it. So I hope you can enjoy it just as much as I do and our family does. To start with, you're going to brine the turkey, and the brine mixture is going to be a cup of brown sugar, a cup of salt, and you're going to use some sprigs of thyme and rosemary, a couple of oranges that you've quartered or halved, and then squeeze the juice into the water itself along with some lemons and limes. Now you're going to use about 2 gallons of water for the brine. You stir it all up and you rinse your turkey and you put it in and you brine it for anywhere from the very least 4 hours and up to 48 hours. This has been brining for about maybe 18 hours now, so it's pretty well brined. Okay, once we do that, I'm going to take it out and you put it in the refrigerator and make sure that you store it in the refrigerator to brine. So now it's come out of the refrigerator. I'm going to rinse it and pat it dry, and then I'm going to rub it with butter, melted butter, and then spice it up with a lot of salt and pepper, and then I'm going to stuff the cavity with carrots, celery, onions, some rosemary, and some thyme, and a little bit of garlic, okay? So I'll be back, and by that time we'll have it on the rack ready to cook, and then I'll tell you what else we do during that time. Okay, so now we've already dried the turkey, rinsed it off first, and dried it real good, pat it dry really well, and I rubbed butter on it, and I sprinkled some salt and pepper inside the cavity and all around. And then I topped it off a little bit with the herbs of Provence. So I did that, and it's also stuffed with celery, onions. It's got some garlic and sprigs of rosemary and thyme, as well as, let me see, a little bit of quartered oranges as well. So it's all stuffed in there, and it's loosely packed in, and it's just ready to go in the oven, in a hot oven at 325, breast side down for 1 hour. But don't worry about all the details. I will send you with this newsletter the recipe as well, okay? Alongside with this, I've already heated up some butter and some red wine, like a Madeira wine or a port wine or some kind of a sweet wine that's mixed with maybe 4 ounces of butter. So you be the judge of that. And I've also put the neck and the gizzards to boil together with carrots and celeries and garlic and all that kind of stuff to make a nice turkey broth. And that'll probably boil for about a couple of hours, and then I'll reduce that a little bit and I'll make a great gravy. So when you come back, we'll take the turkey, turn it upward, and then we'll continue from there. So as you can see now, I've turned the turkey breast side up, and I spiced it up with some salt, pepper, or seasoned salt, some herbs of Provence, a little bit more butter before I did that. And as you can notice, I used this cheesecloth to cover it. I got a piece, maybe a 2-foot piece of cheesecloth, fold it, put it in water, just wring it out a little bit, and then lay it over the breast side. Now I like to use these gloves to turn the turkey over, because I find that the pitchforks for turkey, to turn them over, a little bit too inconvenient and awkward. These seem to work a lot better. And I've also put the temperature up to 165, and I put the thermometer into the thick part of the turkey so that I can make sure that I time it, and not only time it, but mostly take the temperature. When it reaches 165, then I'll check it in several places to make sure it's fully cooked and cooked through. And I'll just, after that, baste it every half hour with this wine mixture that I told you about, wine and butter. And every 30 minutes, I'm going to baste it a little bit. If I run out of this wine mixture, I'll just use some of the drippings that the turkey's leaving behind. And meanwhile, the stock or the chicken broth is still cooking, and it should be really great when it's all said and done. Towards the end, we'll come back and then we'll take off the cheesecloth and then let it roast a little bit more on top as we continue to baste it, and the turkey should be ready pretty soon after that, okay? So the turkey's ready, the timer's perfect. I'll turn that off, and let's watch our turkey come out of the oven. So there you go, beautifully roasted turkey, nice and juicy as can be. This is about a 16-pound turkey. So typically in the Silva Quesada household, we cook about 2 22-pound turkeys every Thanksgiving because we have so many family and friends who come over. So one thing I'd like to recommend to everyone to do is, as you're preparing your turkey or as you're carving it and taking it out, just to project a lot of love, a lot of goodness, a lot of joy into your turkey. Remember that we're energy beings and we have a lot of energy that comes out of our body. And that energy is charged with our intention, our thoughts, our feelings. And if you have images of goodness and joy, then that too can be projected into the turkey as well. So I picture everyone who's going to eat the turkey having lots of fun and lots of laughter, sharing lots of love, and feeling healthy along the way. So here it is, the turkey from my kitchen to yours. Enjoy your wonderful Thanksgiving holiday, and remember to feel gratitude for all the goodness you have in your life. Enjoy.